What's going on, everybody? Free Mind's Eye here with another Borderlands 2 session for you all today. From now on, instead of just uploading single videos for raid boss methods, I'm just gonna do basically, I'm gonna call it the ultimate solo guide for this raid boss using this character. And first up, I'm gonna be using Gaige here because she's my baby against the ancient dragons. I will be showing 4 methods. These are just my personal favorite methods. As you see, I'm rocking the quiver now. It's not as powerful, but it's whatever. Getting back to the point, I will be showing 4 methods that you can try out. These aren't like the guide to end all guides. This is just what works for me, and I figured I'd share it with everyone else. I'm not trying to go for speed kills here. I think the fastest time I got with one of the methods was a minute 25, I believe. But the 4 methods, one is the Sham-Fleet. Another is the one I personally like, the Hoplite Method. Just increase your shield capacity. My max DPS build here, basically using with claws. I was surprised how well it worked, but I'll get into that here in a bit. And then the last method is Firehawk with the Grog nozzle, just fire novas going off and everything. But a lot of people have been asking me, how the hell do I have more items in my backpack than you're allowed to? Well, I thought about this way before I started this character, and what it is, there are a crap ton of missions in this game that hand out weapons, relics, shields as quest items. And what you do is do not get rid of those quest items. Let's say I just completed a quest and I got this interfacer here. So what you want to do, it's in your weapons, you want to equip it now. Now what you want to do is go farm for some item you want that drops on the ground, or have a friend join your game and then drop that item on the ground. So what you do now, after you equip the quest item, your friend's going to drop it, or a monster enemy is going to drop the weapon you want. And all you want to do, since it's equipped, is just hold X and swap it out, and now you have that legendary item or the item your friend just gave you. And that is a simple way to have more items in your inventory than you're allowed to. As you can see, it's starting to get pretty ridiculous with this character. 93 items. I was hoping I wanted to get all of my favorite kinds of weapons in here. The majority, 2/3, is from farming myself. These strikers took me a while, but they're meh. And the other is probably from friends. And then also too, as you see, I am rocking the Grog nozzle. My dumbass, I completed the quest, so that mission item disappeared, and I really wanted this weapon, so I asked a friend to drop it for me, and he did, and that's why I have it. So that'll clear up a bunch of questions. But let's just get right into these methods here. All right, our very first method is the method that I really enjoy using. It's the Hoplite Method. Just basically become the most badass tank possible by increasing your shield capacity to its max fullest potential. Now, with this, before I did use a class mod that boosted my shield rate or shield capacity, and a relic that boosted my shield capacity and recharge rate, but I felt like I really don't need it anymore. Right now I'm rocking this Necromancer class mod, and I feel like this is a good enough setup. Boosts my damage more, gives me more magazine size. But here we're gonna be rocking the Grog nozzle. Awesome pistol to use for healing and just in between before the dragons land and whatnot. Norfleet, I like to have a shock and a fire Norfleet. You'll see every time when I start the fight, I always like to take boost out first, because I fucking hate that dragon. Like, I have a personal vendetta out for that motherfucker. I hate that dragon with a passion. Coming down, you don't have to have a blockhead. I just threw that in there just for shits. But the Twister shotgun is fucking amazing with a crap ton of stacks. Since even with high stacks, it'll keep that sort of tornado formation. And since the dragons are so big, most of the bullets will hit. And if you're aiming in the face and getting those criticals, it's basically like a mini Norfleet, just massive damage. But for the build here, since we're gonna be rocking a high shield capacity build, we definitely want to have Buck up here. Restores 30% of our shields, and Fancy Mathematics, another awesome skill. Coming over, obviously we're gonna need the Anarchy. I just put points into this because I'm using the Twister shotgun in the new class mod, and it actually, with that new class mod, lets us shoot off 3 shots of the Norfleet. But other than that, that's all you really need to know, and we'll get into the gameplay right now. Alright, it's still showing I'm still using the same gear. Out of all the methods I'm gonna show, I really prefer this one because the majority of the time, like say if you make a mistake, the majority of the time you should be okay and be able to survive. Although there are those fucking rare instances, or if you just have a horrible run with the dragons where they just basically fucking team up and just destroy you. But like I said, those are I don't know. Out of the 10 times I did this the other day, this is my 4-minute. This is my second best time since the other footage got destroyed because my HGPVR sucks. So you gotta take out boost first. I cannot stand boost. And then look at what he does. He just lands for 1 second and then flies off. But with the max shield capacity, watch here. I thought I was completely dead, and then I seen him over in the distance. But yeah, with the max shield capacity, you should be able to take a couple hits before you're in some serious trouble. But after taking down boost, it really the order's up to you. I cannot stand fucking boost. That guy and Helianth over here are the ones that usually one-shot me, and she's actually blasted me off the ledge quite a few times with one of her attacks. I'll use the twister here in a little bit. The twister actually with really high anarchy stacks, like I said earlier, fucking destroys them. Especially if you get those criticals. I'll try to demonstrate it. I don't know what I was doing. I had to this commentary is I couldn't record my actual commentary because I forgot I was in game chat. But I should be using the twister here in a second. And since in center, I was like, I'll throw a transfusion out just in case while I'm waiting, in case I get one-shotted or something, which the rare occasion that does happen. But boost and Helianth, boost is dead, Helianth's still flying around. Try to slag incinerator here. I sometimes have major problems slagging them, even with the Grog nozzle. Sometimes they just don't want to be slagged, which is complete bullshit. But that attack right there, that little flame spirit, that one can do some decent damage. But overall, Helianth is the one you really got to worry about now. But this twister, it didn't even slag him. Can do some major damage since they're so big and the bullets still move in that tornado pattern. Of course, he flies away after I slag him. Of course, that's just my luck. And then also too, I forgot to mention at the end of the video, I show all the good loot that I got out of all these fights, and I really hope you guys enjoy this because this was such a tedious task to do, like building up max anarchy stacks, either 400 or 600. Just to give you an idea, it takes about 10 to 15 minutes, even with the legendary Necromancer class mod on and a fast reloading Jacob shotgun with one shot. So it takes about 10-15 minutes. And then with 600 stacks, I have to switch to the Slayer of Terramorphous class mod once I get past 400 stacks. That takes about a half an hour altogether, and I did that in a total of 32 times trying to make this video, so I really hope you guys like this. But as you can see, that twister does some fucking work. It is just, I never knew like how awesome it'd be up against the dragons actually. But I also wanted to mention too, you don't have to use the twister. It's really up to you. I really like the twister. After I found out about how strong it is, and then of course he's probably got like 1 health left, and he just flies away like a little baby. He's gonna die anyway. Yeah, no, he's gonna die. Oh, he can wait. We'll let him wait for his death. It don't matter. And then what's funny too, those little flame spurts when the ground lights up, those basically do no damage to you with this setup since you have so much shield capacity. If you find yourself maybe getting down too much, maybe try the shield relic, I think it's capacity and recharge rate, like 20 or 30 something %, something like that. That can also help. Right now I'm just rocking the fire because of the extra damage. And I think here you'll actually see with the critical, just massive damage with the critical while he's slagged. Just insane. Right there too, just basically like a mini Norfleet. Say if you had 200 stacks, just insane damage. This is why I just really prefer this setup over them all. But going on to the next one, just showing I'm still using the same exact gear as the beginning of the video and the beginning of the fight. Definitely get your hands on a hoplite or a fabled tortoise. Alright, coming into the next method. Now this method, this is the hoplite method and this one. These two are probably going to be the fastest time out of the bunch. The third method here is an extremely good option, which I'll get into here in a second. But right now, this is basically the Sham and Norfleet combo. Definitely want to have. I like to rock 400 stacks with this combo. I still rocking the Necromancer class mod. Actually, nothing has really even changed. Although in the video you're about to see with the Sham-Fleet combo, my dumbass, I forgot to during the middle of the fight, I forgot I had the legendary Necromancer class mod on. The only reason I had that on is when I'm building up stacks, I get an increase to reload speed with the better half. I mean, get that smarter, lighter, faster. But I do fix it in the video, and that's basically about it. You just get 400 stacks, slag them up, and then just spam the Norfleets. And since you're spamming the Norfleets at a close distance, the Sham will absorb the rocket launcher ammo, thus basically giving you almost an infinite amount of ammo, although there is a chance you'll be able to run out. But still rocking the transfusion, switch from the fire damage relic to the shock one when needed. And yeah, that's just about it. Get right into it. Alright, it's still gonna show that still using the same gear. This is I know there's probably a bunch of you that think this is a gimmick build, which I mean, it doesn't really matter if you like it or not. If you don't like the Sham Norfleet combo, just skip ahead to the next part. But basically, like I said, just spamming the Norfleet with max stacks of anarchy, either 400, and depending on if you have the Slayer of Terramorphous, you'll have 600 stacks. And the Sham will absorb the rocket launcher ammo, so you can continue to spam it basically. Now this, in my opinion, this is probably the second most reliable method, because you just dish out so much damage so fast and be able to continue to do that damage within a decent time span. Once again, Boost just lands and then gets up and flies away. And here I forgot to put on my Necromancer class mount like a jerkwad, because I wanted to submit this to the time trials, but we'll see how it goes. So far this is has been my fastest time, even though I messed up. If I didn't mess up, probably shave off probably like 5 or 6 seconds, I don't know. As you can see, just took out boost real easy with the Norfleets. Working on a good old incinerator. Incinerator, no matter what, if you're trying to do a time trials, once he lands, you would have to kill him before he does that little shield thing if you're trying to get the best time. But even though he puts me down, it doesn't really matter, because the Norfleet is just amazing. And if you didn't know, halfway through the reload, right when you're putting the ammo clip back into the Norfleet, if you do a melee attack, you can basically interrupt the rest of the reload and basically make the reload speed halved. So it's a lot faster to do the melee attack halfway through the reload. And then we got Helianth over here. Not a problem with this setup. And just to let you guys know, like, say for the ones that are like, oh, this is a gimmick, I don't know why you're showing this, this and that, please don't tell me you're mad at me because I'm not playing the game how you want me to play. Basically, it's just, you're not gonna get very far, and just don't do that, please. But just showing I was still using the same gear. The bonus or the badass ranks are turned off. We'll get on to the next method. Oh, what was that, Stinger? Alright, moving into our next method. This is my max DPS Necromancer build. I'll put a annotation with a link to the video I made about this build. I was actually really surprised. This build worked out fairly decently, and what I found out is, say the dragons are flying by and you're waiting for one of the dragons to land. One of them flies by and attacks you. Your shields go down. And when they go down, that fire nova goes off, and if you're not too far, that nova will hit the dragon, and as long as you're rocking the Grog nozzle, you'll be healed for it. Now you just either gotta wait for Death Trap to restore your shields, or they come back naturally and another dragon doesn't team up on you. But there's a good high survivability with this build. I do rock the Fibber with it. The Fibber isn't as strong as it used to be, so I feel like I can get away with it, and it really doesn't do that much damage in my opinion. Still rocking the Twister. You don't have to use it. I just really like it. The Norfleet, I always take out boost first, as you've seen. I definitely want to have a shock one. I only use this Norfleet, or the Norfleets, for second wins with this build, with this method. As you saw earlier, I am rocking the Hide of Terramorphous, so I will be using with claws. I definitely recommend this this method for the more advanced players, because you have to know when to rush in and shoot, and when to play defensively and just go like basically ham with claws while healing and holding the grog nozzle, getting that roid damage. You have to really pay attention to your shields with this. Rock the legendary calm just for that faster fire rate and excuse me, faster fire rate and getting death trap out a lot more. Definitely want to have buck up. Awesome skill to have for raid bosses. Max anarchy obviously, and with claws. Still rocking the transfusion. I like to use the Bone of Ancients fire and a shock one, but we'll just get right into it. I know this video is kind of dragging on. Alright, I'm just showing I'm still using the same exact gear and everything. Like I said earlier, I do like to play around with the fibber now with this build. I know some of you may not like that, but please don't get mad at me because I'm not playing the game how you want me to play, but I honestly don't think it does that much damage as it used to. It doesn't do as much damage as it used to. Maybe if I was rocking the B, but I tried the B so many times against the fucking dragons. I just got my ass handed to me. I really don't recommend the B. The B it's so hard because once you get hit, you gotta wait for it to recharge, and then if you don't have DT out, it's even harder. But as you can see, we shoot boost first to get them to land. Chuck a 1 to 2 transfusions just in case we get teamed up down by the other dragons. Show you some of the damage potential with the fibber. As you can see, it's not that bad, but not that good. And then I'll show you the twister. The twister is just an awesome shotgun, especially if they're slag. But our shields are down. Hit him with the with claws. I'm just gonna take out boost now. Like I said, I cannot stand this fucking dragon. This dragon puts me down so many times. Him and Helion. But I'll have to speed up the majority of the fight because this one does take about in between 10 to 15 minutes, the average time for me. Like I said, I recommend this method for the more advanced players because you really have to pay attention to your shields, and like I said, the Nova Burst does help a lot if you're waiting for a dragon to land and you're holding the grog nozzle. Always hold the grog nozzle when you're not engaged against the dragons. But I'll speed up the rest for you here. Alright, but as you can see, healing at this healing up here, and with claws it actually does some work when our shields are down, especially if they're slagged. It does in between 2 to 3 million a hit. So and since it hits twice, that's either 4 or 6 million, which really isn't that bad. And it's nice. You can get it stuck in a loop here. As long as he does that melee attack and keeps our shields depleted, we can constantly get that huge bonus roid damage. And since we got the grog nozzle on with claws, you can see it's doing some fucking work, and it helps keeps us alive. Even if we get hit by the other dragon now, it's not gonna be too much of a problem. But always summon DT when we get the chance. I usually, like for a fight like this that's a little bit harder than the norm, I rush to get that defense shrine. But healing has landed again. I focus on this dragon. I usually like to have this dragon be the second to kill, but as you saw earlier, Brood put me down, and I only use the North Fleet for the second wins with this fight because I like to kill him with claws and the other weapons like the Fibber and the Twister. But with claws, just destroyed its face, and I'll speed up the rest for y'all. Right now, I'm just switching to making sure everything is shock. Alright, now that we've been chipping away at Incinerator's health with claws, the quiver, and the twister, this fire can scare you a little bit if you just stand on it forever. He does like to do this quite often when he lands, especially light up the whole arena. There's always going to be one tile that isn't lit up, like a little safe spot. I was going to show the other fight because it was a little bit faster, but I had to show the way this fight ends. It's just absolutely ridiculous. I bust out the Fiver, but now that my shield's down, I really want to kill him with claws, and we do get the kill. But look at this. This is fucking bullshit. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? But thank God it counted. I still got the items and everything, and I was just shooting at the ground like, why? Why? I'm gonna have to call my internet lawyers about that one. But I'll still show all the loot and everything, and we'll get right to that. Alright, coming into the fourth method. This is probably just a really fun method to use. Use the flame of the Firehawk with the Grog nozzle, and basically the damage from the Novas and the health restoration from the Grog nozzle, you'll be able to stay alive, and it's just a really fun build. And the way I have it set up, definitely want to have sharing is caring, because once your Novas go off and death traps go off, and if you're both focusing on the same dragon, it fucking destroys worlds. But for the build, I'm 50-50 with this skill buck up. I mean, in the video I do use buck up because I just wanted to be safe. Better be safe than sorry, along with fancy mathematics. But I feel like this will really draw out the fight because death trap will restore your shields, and we need our shields to be down as long as possible. But it's really up to you. I felt like it'd be better to be safe than sorry. But like I said, it's really up to you. I've done it without buck up and it still works, but I'd rather be safe. For the build, just put 5 points into Malin, just has shock resistance. Might as well beef up Death Trap, why not? We're using the Legendary Necromancer class mod. You can use a fire damage relic or a max health. I used the max health in the video, still rocking a transfusion, but right when Boo shows up, I take that motherfucker out quick. And the next dragon we're gonna have a problem with is the Incinerator Dragon, the Fire Dragon, since we're dealing fire damage. So definitely want to take him out with a Norfleet or a Twister. And you don't have to have 400 stacks with this build. I just like to, because I like to have a backup plan. Say I do go down, I know I'll be able to pick myself up. So that's why I have points into Pre-Shrunk Cyberpunk. But other than that, all you really need is best friends forever with this this build. But yeah, it's just a really fun way to kill the raid bosses. It may take some time. I am gonna have to speed up the video, but I will I'll stop and slow down the good parts. So when just me and Death Trap are just fucking going ham on one of these motherfucking dragons, we'll get right into it. Alright, still showing I'm still using the same gear. Definitely get your hands on a Grog nozzle and a Flame of the Firehawk. I highly recommend a max vitality relic. If you don't have a Grog nozzle, a Ruby will do just as fine, but the Grog nozzle does heal you for 65 damage you deal, which is such a game changer and just massive amounts of healing. I absolutely love this weapon for just any kind of situation, for general gameplay or for raid bosses. It's just an awesome weapon, and the hidden effect it has of multiplying your damage output and your bullets. You can see I put myself down there accidentally with this, so we're gonna have to pick ourselves up. I just realized I just smashed him in the face with a hammer. So we got Brood going on over here. I'll try to slag him up and show some of the Flame of the Firehawk damage potential. And then eventually too, I know this fight will be a little bit long, so I'll probably speed up some parts and just try to show the parts where me and Death Trap are basically going to town, and show the end of it, just to show you that I do defeat the dragons with this. But yeah, try to definitely, when farming for the Flame of the Firehawk, if you don't know, you can just dashboard, do not accept the item if you don't like that shield. And try to get a better variant, just dashboard or alt F4, whatever you gotta do. But definitely try to get a really good Flame of the Firehawk. I always find that it's always the very beginning of the dragon fight that's the most difficult to survive. So right when Brood lands or before he does, always chuck a couple transfusion grenades or whatever kind of grenades you got just to make sure. But I'll speed up the parts here to show you the damage potential with me and Death Trap, and I'll probably you'll definitely want to, since we're using Flame with a Firehawk, I forgot to mention, Incinerator is going to kind of be a problem, so we're going to have to take it down with a an electric Norfleet or some kind of electric weapon. I'll speed this up right now. Alright, try to get healing into the land here, and then see if we can get me and Death Traps going off. I was actually really surprised on my general gameplay max DPS build. It uses the same kind of mechanics, like say if a dragon flies by, shoots at you, our Nova's gonna go off. As long as we're holding the Grog nozzle, we should be good. Just have to well, it doesn't really matter with this one actually. Our Nova's gonna go off about 3 or 4 times depending on if we have Death Trap out. But as you can see, the Novas are going off. Me and Death Traps are just now started to trigger and just dealing awesome damage. It's a rare occasion that they both go off, but when they do, it's just a beautiful fucking thing, almost sadistic. You saw how fast we were able to take him down, and that was just with a shield, nothing else really, and keeping the Grog nozzle's health restoration by keeping us alive. But I'll speed up the rest for you all. And now that we've finally chipped away at Brood's health, like I said, this isn't the fastest time to go about this, but this just really is a fun way. You know, I like to explore all different kinds of ways to kill raid bosses and different builds, especially with the Necromancer. The Necromancer is my baby, like I said, so of course she's gonna get some special treatment. But as you see, just chipping away at Brood with the Flame of the Firehawk and Death Traps going off. And as usual, restores, and he's in the way, of course, fucking bastard. But it's always nice to have a backup plan. Those 2 Norfleets with Max Anarchy. You don't have to have Max Anarchy. I just like to have a backup plan, and that buck up too. The buck up's 50-50. It will definitely draw the fight out longer, but like I said, I'd rather be safe than sorry.
Oh shit.
Alright, that is it for this Borderlands 2 ultimate solo guide for the Ancient Dragons. Let me know what you guys think. If enough people submit like their own methods, and I find out like there's 4 or 5 more methods that the casual player can do, I'll definitely make another one. But until then, let me know what you guys think, and peace.